Did you know? During the credits roll for both The Journey and The Answer, Messiah appears behind the protagonist's silhouette, indicating Messiah is his ultimate persona. His actions in the game seem to support this, as he sacrifices his life to save humanity from itself. Furthermore, he appears crucified on the Great Seal, alluding to the Jesus of Nazareth, the Christian Messiah, who died via crucifixion for a similar purpose. When the protagonist of Persona 3 hears Jika Net Tanaka, he describes it as an annoying song, unlike the protagonist of Persona 4, who describes it as a cheery song. This implies that, despite the player's choices, he and the protagonist of Persona 4 have some semblance of a predetermined personality. There are some audio files hidden in the DVD disc of Persona 3 Fez that contains voices of the protagonist and Aigis shouting names of the other Cease members and personas. The protagonist is the only character in the Persona franchise to change ultimate personas between two separate appearances without it being some sort of upgrade. In Persona Q, he uses Messiah as his ultimate persona, while in Persona Q2, he uses Orpheus Telos as his ultimate persona, and Messiah is assigned to his female counterpart. Moving on from the P3 protag onto these facts about our boy Thor. Thor's affiliation with and the forces of law in Shin Megami Tensei is contradictory to his nature as a pagan god, and as the idol of those who opposed the advance of Christianity in Northern Europe. Despite explicitly being described as being red-haired, Thor is never depicted as such in the Shin Megami Tensei games. In Shin Megami Tensei III, the European version includes a glitch that softlocks the game at certain points. Most notably, the game freezes right after beating the final boss's second form, making endings such as the true demon ending impossible to obtain. This bug is also present in the PSN version. This is the first and so far the only game in the entire franchise to be officially translated into French and Dutch. Inside the game disc, there is a magnitude of unused content. One that is interesting to note is an audio file containing the main theme of Star Wars, possibly to test the audio of the game. An unused cutscene can be found in the debug mode. It shows Yuko sending her SOS message to the protagonist through the Amala network, while being imprisoned at the top of Obelisk. It is possible that Hijiri could be Aleph reincarnated, seeing as they both resemble one another, and his punishment for committing the ultimate sin is the same kind that had warned Aleph would receive for defying his will. His method of crucifixion may allude to Aleph's role as the Messiah in Shin Megami Tensei II. Nova from Shin Megami Tensei If is on the back of the occult magazine that Hijiri gives to the protagonist in Shin Megami Tensei III Nocturne. In Shin Megami Tensei IV, a young boy in Shibuya talks about a B-grade occult magazine, which is a reference to the magazine that Hijiri gave to the protagonist at the beginning of Nocturne. Hijiri's full name literally means Holy Man 2. The kanji of Joji misleadingly resembles the kanji of 12. Moving on from Nocturne to Devil Survivor, did you know that? The protagonist's smile changes for Naoya and Amane's routes. In Naoya's route where he had become the king of demons, his smile is sinister, making him similar to his cousin, while in Amane's route where he'd become the Messiah, his smile is much more friendly and soothing, reflecting his new role as God's messenger. In other routes, his smile remains neutral, the same as when the game begins. In the Japanese version of Devil Survivor, Yuzu was called Sodeko, literally meaning sleeve girl, by Atsuro due to the kanji in her name being similar in appearance to kanji that means sleeve. Furthermore, the ko in Sodeko comes from the alternate native pronunciation of the kanji in Yuzu. In the English version, this was replaced by Atsuro calling her Yoohoo, a somewhat mispronunciation of Yuzu, which rhymes with her name. Did you guys know these facts about one of the investigation team members, Yosuke Hanamura? Yosuke's headphones resemble the Audio-Technica ATH-FC700A, or the Audio-Technica ATH-ES10. On the Volume 2 cover of Persona 4 The Animation, his headphones on the artwork are called the Music Technica ATH-EF11. During the Persona Stalker Club program, it was revealed that Yosuke, while in combat, listens to Western music and film soundtracks. The word Atlas is printed on Yosuke's bike. In the game, when Yosuke went inside Saki's twisted shopping district, he sees cut-up photos of him and Saki working at Junes. But in the anime, he sees cut-up movie tickets he gave to her. When Yosuke equips the yellow Featherman outfit in Persona 4 Golden, he says, "Hey, I'm in yellow? I'm not the fat one, am I?" This line alludes to the Persona 2 duology, where Aikichi Mishina used the yellow Featherman mask when he was an overweight kid. It also alludes to the character Raita Oishi, Yellow Owl, from Chojin Sentai Jetman, the Super Sentai series. Featherman is a parody of. In the weeks that Nanako appears on the Midnight Channel, if the player decides to go to the Void Quest dungeon and talk to Yosuke at the entrance, he will say after his primary lines, "Our princess is in another castle, dude," referring to the Mario Bros. Games by Nintendo. And now we come to the facts about various demons. Seth's battle theme in Act 22 of Imagine is the remix of the lore theme from Shin Megami Tensei, the boss battle theme of Shin Megami Tensei II, and the final boss battle theme of Shin Megami Tensei III, Nocturne. Despite him being a deity of chaos and destruction, his allegiance to the lore alignment makes sense, as he was reserved as a protector deity and fought against the servant Apep to preserve cosmic order. Baphomet's Shin Megami Tensei II design resembles the depiction of Baphomet in the movie Nightbreed. Baphomet's shadows in Shido's palace have 666 HP and 444 SP, in which 666 is associated with the devil and 4 is associated with death in Japan and China. In Revelation's Persona, Necromata was renamed Phacelia, as a reference to the character of the same name from Capcom's Darkstalkers fighting series. Even though Norn are a group of Norse goddesses, they are usually made by fusing the Moray sisters, which, while both have similar roles, the Moray are from a different mythology. The only games that avert this are the Demikids games. Kazuma Kaneko made Fornius' design look like a manta ray, because the manta ray are sometimes known as devilfish. Fornius appears as a sea monster. The demon's skeletal structure, namely its spine and forelimbs, also bear a distinct resemblance to a human body. In Pazuzu's design from Megami Tensei II and Shin Megami Tensei II, his left arm is raised. This contrasts most depictions of Pazuzu on statues or the like, where his right arm is raised. Osei in Tokyo Revelation is called Satan in the English dub, but is called President in the original Japanese version. Prior to the PlayStation 2 era, Osei's sprite was a palette swap of Floros's. The artwork was even dedicated to the latter. In Shin Megami Tensei III Nocturne, even though both fallen demons received updated designs, Osei's 3D model was based on Floros's outdated design with the original skin palette, while Floros's model is based on the updated design. This continued in all subsequent games which used 3D demon models until Persona 5, in which Osei's 3D model was based on revised artwork. In Kazuma Kaneko Works 3, the commentator admitted that revised artwork of Floros has inspired the game designers to make him more physically orientated, contrary to the source material which depicts him as a mage capable of casting fire. In most extreme cases, Floros does not know a single fire spell, innately in Shin Megami Tensei III Nocturne, Digital Devil Saga 2, and Persona 5. And those were the facts for this episode of Shin Megami Tensei Trivia. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, because you doing that allows me to make more of these videos, and it also means the world to me that you guys are allowing me to do this and showing your support by doing so. And guys, my name is Resin Unleashed, your average resident who unleashes Shin Megami Tensei information to this virtual world. And I will see you next time.